Okay, so I was gonna do this video this week on soul retrievals, which I will do, but I'm shifting gears because there's like some really, there's just a lot going on. So I've been in this like really happy space lately, like joyful space. And I was telling a colleague yesterday, I was like, I'm actually kind of been in this bubble and a little bit pulled out from the collective because I can get very like obsessive isn't the right word, but very focused on what's going on in the world. And it can, if I allow it, it can consume me. So I've been just doing my jam and staying in my own lane and doing my personal work and continuing to grow for like the last couple months. And quite honestly, it's brought me a lot of joy. But I can't ignore the fact in the last 2 days, I have heard from 3 people, maybe more, overdose, car accident, on life support. These are clients, okay? These are people that I know. These are people that I talk to. Cancer diagnosis. What is happening right now in the world is absolutely accelerated. I listened to the Pleiadians, Barbara Marciniak, and she channels the Pleiadians, and they've been saying for a really long time, they tell the future. They're from the future is what they said. They completely predicted COVID. No one's listening that this shit is happening. COVID has become political. It's not about health anymore. Let's be real, but that's a whole other discussion. But what they've been saying is there's going to be food shortages. They've been talking about that, and they're saying that we're going to start seeing massive die-offs in people, massive die-offs, and we're in it. It's happening. I'm hearing about strokes. I'm hearing about cancer. I'm hearing about ODing. I'm hearing about car accidents, and in a way that was never around before. So why am I sharing all of this with you? Because I know if you're listening to this, you have a story. You know someone who's been through something, or you're going through something yourself in your family, or you're hearing of it like I heard of, because it's happening. People are choosing to leave. People are choosing to leave, and I don't know, maybe they're not choosing to leave, and just there's so much energetic chaos that it's happening anyway. But we're going to see more of this. This is not going to slow down in the next year or two. And we could talk about the big cosmic plan, but that's what this video is not about. It's not about that. What this video is about is that the title of this video is, are you selfish or are you a torchbearer? Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by selfish is, I wasn't, let me back up. Are you doing your work? Are you staying in your stuff, the old stuff that ran you for your childhood, your teenagehood, your young adulthood? Are you still stuck in the same scarcity story? Are you still stuck in the same relationship story? Are you doing the same patterns? Are you thinking the same things over and over and over again? Are you in a relationship that doesn't serve you? Are you in a city that doesn't serve you? Are you in a job that doesn't serve you? And the selfish piece comes in where, because I talk to a lot of people, self-care, doing your inner work is the least selfish thing that you could do. I mean, I'm talking about authentic self-care. I'm talking about deep inner work, because when you do your work and you really start to strip away the layers of your crap, I don't mean to call it that, but I kind of do, because it gets boring and old. 100%. And you start connecting to God, the divine, you are healing the planet, you're healing the collective. So the more I do my work, imagine, turmeric, imagine And I have a small community, but I show up every day and my intention is to support. But imagine if I had stayed stuck in my story. I had suicide attempts, addiction. I literally almost died from an OD and addiction. I mean, I was just a mess, and I felt so unlovable. I was like, if someone could just love me. Like, if someone could just love me, then I would be okay. But I had this journey. I had to love myself. This is what I chose. But imagine if I stayed stuck in my shit. I was like, at 28, nope, I'm done. I'm either going to go down this path of self-destruction and misery, or I'm going to invest. I put myself in rehab, paid for it, invest in myself, my well-being, go to AA meetings. Investment does not always mean money. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes taking out money and having someone help you. And sometimes it's like going to a free meeting. I did AA for 5 years. But imagine if I didn't invest in myself, spiritually, energetically, financially, I would not be sitting here talking to you right now. I would not have my daughter. I would not have my husband. I'd be alone. I would be fucking alone. Misery and sitting in victimhood and being an energy suck. That's what I would be. I would be a total energy suck. Would I be contributing? Absolutely not. So you doing your inner work frees you up so that you can contribute in a real, authentic way. You honoring your creative path, you honoring your soul's path. And if you have a conversation right now that you just said, I don't know what my soul's path is, you do know. Get out of that conversation and get into power. Are you selfish or are you a torchbearer? Are you going to hold the torch for yourself and other people? The torch towards God and enlightenment and awakening. Because right now, it looks like on paper that the evil is winning. It's not, by the way, but it looks that way. But there's going to be casualties. We are in a cosmic war. This is very, very real. They're fucking fighting for us up there. They're fighting for humans to finally get out of slavery. They, the multidimensional beings, the beings of enlightenment, the angels. They're like, it's time for the humans to wake up. And are they going to take the opportunity? Or are they going to sit and binge watch Netflix and flip on their phone and check out? And then, or even better, stay in their old stories. Can't do this, can't do that. No, work through it. Work through it. This is not like lip service. The way we're going to shift the planet is by starting with you, and you're turning to getting in the right relationship with yourself and right relationship to God. We are at a pivotal point. So if you're sitting around in your old stories, or you're like, I have too much pain, I have too much body pain, I have too much this pain, please stop. Pause. Come back home and begin doing the real work. Be the torchbearer. Be the torchbearer. Every day, even if you don't feel like it. You're like, but what does that mean? It could be literally this simple every day. Today, I choose to shine my light. How can I support myself today in an authentic, generous way? And how can I support humanity? And if I'm feeling sad today and I have, moments of sadness, which we all do, please work through it. Depression, anxiety, fear. Because if we don't, then we're going to stay stuck. It is so imperative right now. And this is not about me. Like, I was like, I'm feeling really joyful. I'm not going to give up my joy. I'm not going to do that, right? Like, I'm not going to give up my joy. But what I am going to do is I'm going to continue to show up. I'm going to continue to serve. And the joy, having that torchbearer, that torch leading with joy, but also knowing that there's a lot of suffering in the world, but I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to go down and be like, well, I need it. No, hold it up. Hold it up. And I'm going to continue to do my deep work. I'm going to continue to look at my stuff. This is like, it's really serious. I hope you are hearing me. The fear you have, the anxiety you have, if you have that depression, chronic negative thinking, low self-esteem, all that stuff, right? The negative beliefs, they're just stories, They're things that you've picked up along the way, but they feel really real when we're in them. Like in the Bible, they call that the enemy, right? That's the enemy. The enemy's gotten in. In shamanism, it's like, what have you picked up? What dark forces are getting in there? And this is not about being a victim to the dark forces. This is about waking up. What ancestral things are in you that you don't need to be in there, so we can rise. We can rise. It's time. Stop playing small. Are you going to be selfish? Meaning, are you going to stay small and held back, pulled back out of fear? Or are you going to start holding that torch up? Start with your family, start with yourself. It makes a giant difference. Imagine if every single person was like, today I'm holding my torch up to God. I love you, God. Show me how to shine. Show me how to release what is no longer serving me so that I can be a light. Imagine if everyone did that individually. The evil would like fly away. There would be nothing for it to latch onto. We're giving it too much. So real people are suffering right now. But this is the tricky part, right? I hear this too. Oh, I should never feel guilty. No, do not feel guilty. I feel guilty that they're suffering in Ukraine. I feel guilty that they're suffering in China. I feel guilty that the person in the street is homeless. No, that does nothing. That does not help them. That does not serve them for you to stay small and feel guilty. No, torch. Okay, I gotta go because I gotta go teach my class. These are 15 women that have signed up to say, how do I be a torchbearer in my life? Right? It's not always easy, but it is the easier, softer way if you decide. Whew. Okay, my name is Beth Osmer. Please send prayers. Hold up your torch because you are beautiful. So incredibly beautiful. And I love you. Like truly love you. See you on the next video.